Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name's Keir Smith and for today's video I'm going to be putting two classic British albums up against each other and, well, we'll see who comes out on top. The Stone Roses' self-titled debut album against Oasis, Definitely Maybe, their debut album. Both bands hailing from Manchester, England, both bands' debut albums, both albums have 11 tracks on them and both bands have iconic frontmen, not to mention a string of great songs and great B-sides too. I've seen both bands live, Oasis 3 times, back in 1997 on the Be Here Now tour at Wembley Arena, again in 2002 at Finsbury Park and 2006 at Nottingham Most Point Arena. And I also saw the Stone Roses live on their reunion tour at the Etihad Stadium, home of Manchester City Football Club. Undoubtedly, these are both much loved debut albums. I know them both like the back of my hand. I've played them both so many times over the years. You will often see both of these albums high up on those lists of best debut albums ever, certainly best British albums ever. Some might say the best albums ever. As I said, there's 11 tracks on both of these albums, so I'm going to take you through both of the albums now, track by track, and put each track against each other. But that wouldn't necessarily tell the full story, so at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you which album I prefer overall, and you can argue with me in the comments. So I'll start with the Stone Roses. Age Before Beauty and all that. The Stone Roses album was of course released in 1989, some 5 years before Oasis Definitely Maybe, which was released in 1994. I Want to Be Adored kicks off the Stone Roses album, an awesome track, a really great album opener. It's a brooding opener with that long, slow intro, but I love Manny's bass line and John Squire's fluid guitar playing before Rennie's drums kickstart the track. And Ian Brown's hushed vocals deliver these profound lyrics. I don't have to sell my soul, he's already in me. I want to be adored. It has an anthemic quality to it and I've always loved it. I think it's a great song. And then of course you have Rock and Roll Star by Oasis, equally a fine album opener. A foot to the floor, no nonsense rock song, great lead guitar playing from Noel throughout, and Liam roars the lyrics on like a bona fide rock star. I live my life in the city, but there's no easy way out. The days have been just too fast for me. We all know that feeling. I really like that swirling outro on Rock and Roll Star too. That's a great ending to the song. But to choose a winner from both of those undoubtedly great opening songs, I'm going to go with the Stone Roses, I Want to Be Adored. So 1-0 to the Stone Roses. So on to track 2, back to the Stone Roses album for She Bangs the Drums, and this is a truly infectious track. It's got a great feel to it, led by Manny's superb bass line. Rennie smacks the drums and John Squire's guitar playing again is superb. And I've always loved the opening lyrics to this song. I can feel the earth begin to move. I hear my needle hit the groove. I love the uplift into the anthemic chorus, and again, it's another really great song. So over to Oasis with Shaker Maker, which I must say is one of my least favourite songs on the album. It's not a bad song, in fact, I can still enjoy it, but of course, Noel's lifted the entire melody almost from I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing, you know, that old song. And the lyrics are a little throwaway for me. Mr. Sifter sold me songs when I was just 16. Now he stops at traffic lights, but only when they're green. So this one was an easy one for me. Definitely She Bangs the Drums is the better track for me, and 2-0 to the Stone Roses. So back to the Stone Roses, and we have the next track on the album, which is Waterfall, and this is a huge favourite of my brother Liam's. And melody wise, again, this is a really fine song, so tuneful, so catchy. John Squire's guitar chimes throughout, again, the bass and drums lock in and create a really great groove. Ian Brown's vocal is soft and sweet, and that instrumental passage in the middle of the song is the band playing at their very best. But then with Oasis you have Live Forever, which is an amazing song, one of Oasis' very best. I really like Tony McCarroll's short drum intro. Liam sounds great through the verses, onto the uplifting chorus. I really like those lyrics. I think you're the same as me. We see things they'll never see. It's a really empowering song and one that everybody gets behind anytime it's played. And I think Noel's solo at the end of the song is pretty great too. We're not going to live forever, of course, but for the duration of this track, you start to believe that it could be possible. I love both of these songs, but Waterfall, as good as it is, has never been a huge Stone Roses favourite of mine, whereas Live Forever I think is near perfection and, as I said, one of Oasis' best. So I'm going to say Live Forever on this one, and that makes it 2-1 to the Stone Roses. So on to track 4 and back to the Stone Roses album for the song Don't Stop, which is a really interesting sound collage. It's Waterfall backwards for the best part, I think. I don't know if there's anything else thrown in there or overdubs put on top. It sounds like there is, but it's a really interesting piece and harks back to some of that 60s psychedelia. When I was playing the albums back this week, I was really enjoying this one. And with Oasis, you've got Up in the Sky, which is a decent enough track, but it pales in comparison to a lot of the other great material on this album. It's okay. And again, the lyrics are a little bit easy for me. Hey you, up in the sky, learning to fly, tell me how high. It's a decent track, but again, I'm going to go with the Stone Roses on this one and Don't Stop. So 3-1 it is to the Stone Roses. You could argue that both of them tracks are maybe the filler tracks on the album, if you like. So back to the Stone Roses with the excellent Bye Bye Bad Man, John Squire at his melodic best. His lead guitar playing throughout this track is superb. And Ian Brown sings great again here, and I really like those lyrics. I've got bad intentions, I intend to knock you down. Rennie's drums are fantastic, and yeah, again, a great band performance and another really fine song. But with Oasis, it's up against the mighty Columbia. This song builds and burns slowly, and it's very atmospheric too, which I really like. It really lends itself well to the power of this song. And I really like the lyrics to this song. Not that they necessarily mean that much to me, but they sound so good. There we were, now here we are. And I can't tell you the way I feel, because the way I feel is oh so new to me. Noel's guitar playing throughout is really good, and there's a real sense of empowerment again to that outro of the song when Liam sings repeatedly, come on, come on, come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great release. So this one was really tough because I love both of these songs, and Bye Bye Bad Man really tickles my melodic fancy, but the sheer power and groove and the spirit of Columbia wins through on this one. Just. So I'm going to go with Columbia, which makes it 3-2 to the Stone Roses. So up next from the Stone Roses, we have a fragment of a song really with Elizabeth My Dear. And this song borrows its melody from the Simon Garfunkel song Scarborough Fair. And this song runs at merely 59 seconds, and it's a really nice tune, and I like Ian Brown's vocal on it. But it's up against Oasis' debut single, the excellent Supersonic. And this song no doubt borrows its main guitar riff from George Harrison's My Sweet Lord. If you slow down George Harrison's guitar riff, then you get the riff from Supersonic. But Noel's good at that. He kind of nicks great things and sort of makes it his own, I guess. And what a great debut single this was, especially those opening lyrics where Liam sings, I need to be myself, I can't be no one else, I'm feeling supersonic, give me gin and tonic, you can have it all, but how much do you want it? Oasis certainly announced their arrival in serious style with this song, and it wins the day for me, so Supersonic it is, and 3 each now. Up next from the Stone Roses, we have Song for My Sugar Spun Sister. And this is another infectious track with a good chorus, and I really like the lyrics too. There's some sexual innuendo thrown in there that speaks of a sticky-fingered boy. And I really like that line, every member of parliament trips on glue. And over to Oasis, you have the barnstorming, bring it on down. This song absolutely flies out of the traps. Your head's in a fish tank, your body and your mind can't breathe. You're the outcast, you're the underclass, but you don't care because you're living fast. People talk about you, but you don't know who. I'll be scraping the likes from the sole of my shoe tonight. Really great lyrics, and Noel's lead guitar playing again is superb, especially that pulsating, fast guitar soloing at the end. That is absolute gold. And Tony McCarroll's tub-thumping drums are brilliant throughout. His Best performance for Oasis, I think. A clear winner for me here, and it's Oasis with Bring It On Down, and they've turned it around at this point. It's now 4-3 to Oasis. So we're on track 8 now, and it's back to the Stone Roses for Made of Stone. A truly awesome song. One of the Stone Roses' very best. John Squire's guitar playing again here is really special from that opening motif. Manny's bass line is just brilliant. Rennie's choppy drums, the lyrics are great. Ian Brown is superb throughout this song. It's got that big chorus, and the instrumental passage in the middle of the song is some of the best Stone Roses playing, if not the very best. John Squire's squalling guitar solo underpinned by Manny's great bass playing, Rennie's choppy drums again coming to full effect here, and that swirling sound in the middle of that passage is psychedelic wonder. And then over to Oasis with the rather sludgy kind of pub rock of cigarettes and alcohol, which is okay. I've never been that big a fan of it, although it's certainly a fans and live favourite. But you know, it nicks its riff off the T-Rex song Get It On, and it's unoriginal. But I do like those lyrics. You can live for a lifetime, to spend your days in the sunshine. You might as well do the white line, because when it comes on top, you've got to make it happen. But there's a clear winner here for me, and it is most definitely Stone Roses with Made of Stone. So it's now 4 each. So back to the Stone Roses for track 9, which is Shoot You Down. And this is one of my lesser favourite songs from the album, let's say. It's not a bad song. I think it suffers from being sandwiched between two really great songs with the aforementioned Made of Stone and the following track, This Is The One. And it's kind of mellow, nice guitar playing, as always, from John Squire. And I like that lyric from Ian Brown where he sings, I never wanted the love that you showed me. It started to choke me. A good song. Nothing more than that. And back to Oasis, we have the rather jaunty and truly uplifting Digsy's Dinner. What a life it would be if you would come to mine for tea. I'll pick you up at 3:30. We'll have lasagna. And I rather like that quirky little piano solo in the middle. Yeah, I really like Digsy's Dinner. It's infectious and super catchy. By no means one of the best tracks on the album, but always enjoyable, and it wins the day again here for me. So it's now Oasis 5, Stone Roses 4. So up next, we're now on track 10, and we've got the Stone Roses, This Is The One versus Oasis, Slide Away. And this was the hardest decision to make, and I'll make that decision shortly. But truth be told, I'm not entirely settled on it, despite running it around my head for the last few days. So from the Stone Roses, we have the brilliant, epic This Is The One, which is an awesome track. I love that slow intro, Ian Brown's hushed vocal, the measured delivery of the instrumentation, and then it feels like it's revving up as Ian Brown sings, I'd like to leave the country for a month of Sundays, burn the town where I was born. And the song teases again as it goes back into the quietude of Ian Brown singing, This Is The One she's waiting for. And then it picks back up again and goes into that fantastic chorus. The outro is superb. John Squire again excels on guitar. It's melodic, uplifting, anthemic. A lot of the adjectives that I've already used many times, I'm sure, to describe the songs on these albums. They make you feel really good, positive and big and full of energy. I really love This Is The One. If there's one track from the Stone Roses debut album that's continued to grow on me through the years, then it's certainly that track. And then over to Oasis with the awesome Slide Away. Great melodic guitar line from Noel. It's a really big, powerful and emotive song. There's a real yearning quality to Liam's vocal here, and that seems to strike a chord with a lot of Oasis fans, it seems. Slide away and give it all you've got. We'll find a way of chasing the sun. Let me be the one who shines with you. And the song runs at, I think, nearly 6 minutes or even past 6 minutes, but it never outstays its welcome, because the outro is the best part of the song, where Noel's beautiful backing vocals come in and you get that counter vocal melody against Liam's vocal, coupled with Noel's great lead guitar playing behind that. It really builds to a grand finale, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love Slide Away. But for the melodic power of This Is The One, and the way that the song kind of shifts gears, if you will, it's that bit more enthralling for me. So I'm going to go with, by the narrowest of margins, This Is The One. So 5 each on to track 11, the final tracks from both of these excellent debut albums. Over to the Stone Roses for the truly epic I Am The Resurrection, driven by that powerful, insistent drum beat from Rennie, Manny's brilliant bass playing once again, slick guitar playing from John Squire, Ian Brown sounds better than ever here. And again, this song teases as it builds slowly towards that huge release as Ian Brown sings, I am the resurrection and I am the light. It's a truly great piece of songwriting and a really creative and powerful piece of music, finished off, of course, by that awesome band jam at the end, which is just sensational. Really great playing by really great musicians. But back to Oasis with the final track from their album, which is the charming acoustic-led Married with Children. And this is a really nice tune and a nice change of pace right at the end of the album, after all of that heavy drumming, power chords and great riffage. A kind of sad, tired lament that mops our sweaty brows. But there can only be one winner here. This one was never in question. It is indeed I Am The Resurrection by the Stone Roses, which means they take the crown here with a 6-5 win. So track for track, the Stone Roses take it with a 6-5 win, but which album do I prefer out of these two overall? Well, yeah, I'm going to go with the Stone Roses. The sheer musicality across this album is absolutely sensational. It's a very complete album and a truly astonishing debut album. To sound that good on a debut album is almost unrivaled. But I do have to say that definitely Maybe's highlights are many, and of course this album is home to some of Oasis' best loved songs, and indeed a few of my favourites too. For me, two really fine albums, much loved both of them through the years, but it is the Stone Roses that wins the day for me. But of course I'd love to know what you think, so please do let me know down in the comment section below. Who wins for you track by track, and who wins overall? Which album do you prefer? It's a tough one, absolutely, but thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for my next video sometime soon. Until then, bye for now.